Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. Sunday, September 9th. Hope your weekend is going well. Not too many news items to cover today, but I did want to share some positive news for sure. First, let's take a look at the market here. We are seeing at least some green, some upward movements from a 24-hour perspective. We know that after the Goldman Sachs FUD and news that came out earlier this week, the market started going downwards, right? But now we're seeing from a 24-hour perspective, for example, Bitcoin up 3.41%, Ethereum around 4%, xRapid 3.4%, and so forth. Good sign, but like I always say, let these things play out. We don't want to jump the gun and over speculate here because there is manipulation in the market, and let's see what happens. Let's see how things recover here. And as I always tell you guys, the people who are manipulating the market, they won't let the price go too low because they don't want the retail investors to lose confidence. Remember, they need us to make money, right? Meaning, and not necessarily us, the early adopters, but I mean the mass public, getting those folks to buy in when they start pumping the market. And if they let the prices crash too low, guys, people are just going to lose confidence, right? If Bitcoin was to go back down to $2,000, a lot of people will get out of the market because what we've seen year after year is incremental growth, higher support levels, higher plateaus, so to speak, where the prices go higher, there's a correction, but there's still a higher low. So that's been the pattern. And if things were to go really south, right, really go down, a lot of retail investors will lose confidence, and then a lot of people probably wouldn't get into the market for a very long time. So I absolutely believe there's, like I said, some manipulations. People are shorting Bitcoin and so forth, even Ethereum, and they're gonna play around a bit, make some money, but they're not gonna let it go too low. So I hope you guys understand that and you see that, just like how that negative news was planted, that article was planted in Business Insider from an anonymous source saying Goldman Sachs is abandoning their crypto trading desk, right? Who knows? It could have been from Goldman Sachs themselves who are shorting Bitcoin, or it could have just been another whale out there looking to make money off of this and just threw that news out there. Now, something to remember, last year, I remember around this time, Bitcoin took a deep pullback. It went back down to like 3,000, if I wasn't mistaken. I remember the headlines at the time. It was really significant because some people got worried because it was on the upward trend in August, and all of a sudden, I think there was some negative news, if I'm not mistaken, but it went back down, right? But we saw in the weeks after that, we saw the start of that bull run, the prices going up, right? And then in a matter of weeks, guys, we saw some of the all-time highs, right? Bitcoin near 20,000 and so forth. So don't let these things phase you. Like I said, I know some of you are new to the market, but if you've been in the market for a while, you've seen some of these things for sure. And I always tell you guys, look back at the charts, the history of the price for all the major cryptos, and you will see continual growth year over year. So the data is all here for you. So there's no excuse, so to speak. You can go back and take a look and see what's up, right? And let's see here. Yeah, so around September 2nd, Bitcoin was at 4,900, and then it crashed down to the $3,387, and that was around September 15th, and that's where people got a little scared, right? Because it was doing so well. Let me see if I can see what the August numbers were here. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. So what we saw was like from April until through August of last year, there was a growth, and Bitcoin went, like I said, near 40. What was it? 4,900. Did I mention here? Yeah, 4,900. Right. So near 5,000. Then it crashed back down below 4,000. It went, near the bottom, like 3,300. And then people were like, oh, holy crap, what's going on, right? People got a bit nervous. And then moonshot, right? Moonshot took place, guys. And even before that, if we were to look from July, when the price was near 3,000, and then it had a big correction down to 1,900. So you see, That's why you let things play out. You don't panic, and the data is all here. You can look back at these price movements. But I remember it came to mind yesterday when I was just reviewing some charts. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this time when in the September of last year when the price of Bitcoin just went straight back down below 4,000, near 3,000, and then people were panicking, and then it kept going up. So that's why you got to hold, guys, and be patient. Can anyone predict the future with 100% certainty? No. But we can look at data, we can look at trends, we can look at past movements, we can look at the news, the facts, which I try to share with you guys, and then make educated guesses and be close to some level of certainty, but not 100%. And it looks like Business Insider is blocking me here, which is annoying. But anyway, the news out of this is, Coinbase's CEO Brian Armstrong was at TechCrunch Disrupt and reported about some things that he said yesterday, but I missed this part, and that is Coinbase has doubled its staff to 500 people. Now, why would Coinbase do that, guys? Think about that, right? They know what's coming. They're prepping for the next big bull run. You saw what happened to all the exchanges last year in December 2017, right? They couldn't handle the volume, even Coinbase. They had to shut their doors in a sense of shutting off registrations. They couldn't handle and take more registrations. It wasn't until maybe Q2 of 2018 that a lot of these exchanges could finally start taking registrations again. Those of you who've been in the market for a while, you remember this, right? Bittrex, everybody, Binance had to pause registrations, but they're not going to make that mistake this time around. They're expanding, improving their servers, their staff, just like Coinbase, because they know what's coming, guys. And there's also more exchanges in the market, which is great. More competition, more avenues for people to sign up and purchase crypto when the next bull run starts. So I apologize that this Business Insider is blocking me here because they want me to pay, which is annoying. But that's pretty much it, guys. They doubled their staff to 500. That's the headline for the most part, and that is a good sign. Like I always say, watch what the exchanges, the big money, the whales, the businesses, what are they doing? Everyone is expanding, getting patents, mergers, acquiring, making acquisitions of other companies. So we're seeing growth across the landscape. We're seeing everyone gearing up for the growth of the market to handle the volume, for the big money to come in and so forth. So great signs. One such company, Robinhood, which traditionally was a stock trading app. Obviously, they have options and ETFs and securities and so forth. But what they decided to do earlier this year was add crypto. Now, it's been a slow rollout. Only certain states, only certain cryptos. But their plan is to add as many cryptos and roll out nationwide in the United States. So they are looking to do an IPO, an initial public offering. But before they do that, they're looking to get a actual CFO in place. But I want to let you guys know about this because Robinhood is so huge. It already has its own customer database, and they are now obviously classified as a cryptocurrency exchange. So, for example, this article from TechCrunch, now valued, listen to this, now valued at $5.6 billion, zero fee stock trading app and cryptocurrency exchange, Robinhood is starting preparations to go public. Just a year and a half ago, it was still largely under the radar, but it has raised $110 million in Series C funding at a $1.3 billion valuation in April 2017, and so forth and so forth. So they are looking to make the move, guys. And this, if you think this is not going to impact the crypto market, it certainly will, because with the amount of money that they have, their existing customer database, they will be able to market the hell out of their services. I think you guys know how businesses and marketing works. I don't need to explain that to you, right? The more money they have, the more they grow. So they're looking to grow their customer base, of course, not just for stocks, but cryptocurrencies. So great move on their part, and great for the growth of the market as well, because Robinhood is a major player. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, you can't withdraw your and deposit your crypto. I get that, but I always tell you guys, Me personally, yes, I like to withdraw and deposit and keep my crypto in a hardware wallet. There is a percentage of the public and people who are looking to invest who don't care about that. And that's just how it is. Not everyone is the same. And because Robinhood is a trusted brand, they already use it for stocks, they don't necessarily care. They're just looking to make money, to do trades, right? So I know, once again, and I'm the same way, some of you may want to, hold on to your crypto in different ways, have your private keys, all of that stuff. So, but just keep in mind, not everyone necessarily cares about that, because as the market matures, you're going to see, especially with custody services, people are not necessarily going to care about, okay, am I going to withdraw my crypto to my hardware wallet, because it's going to become more mainstream where, just a random Joe who's not like a full crypto enthusiast but just wants to make money is not going to care about withdrawing deposit. Just, can I buy it and keep it on Robinhood and then sell it at whatever price I want or trade it? So I hope you guys understand that, but this is going to be big once again because of Robinhood's existing brand and customer database, and they are looking to grow, obviously, and to do an IPO where they're going to raise probably a lot of money. As you see, they've already raised millions of dollars already. So imagine what an IPO would do. Personally, and this is not financial advice, I'm just telling you what I would do, what I'm doing, excuse me. If they go do an IPO, I'm gonna buy some stocks, guys. I'm gonna buy some Robinhood stock because, like I said, they not just stocks but crypto, and we know crypto's in its infancy stage, and I think they have a ways to grow. It's kind of like investing in some of these different technologies back in the day, and then now their value goes up because why? They are solving a problem. They're making stock trading, cryptocurrency trading easy. And anytime you're doing that and you have a good brand and you have good momentum going and you're doing something different and no one else is doing, right? Prior to Robinhood, you had to do an e-trade and so forth, right? They make it so easy. You could have it on an app and just do it from there, which is awesome. And of course, the zero fees. You can't go wrong with that. So just giving you what my ideas, what my opinion is, and what I'm going to do here. So definitely a good sign for the crypto market, especially when a company, right? It's kind of like, it's not just stocks, exchanges going public. Think about that, right? When you have big companies that go public and the amount of money they raise. And if you recall, we've talked about CoinSquare, which is in Canada, which is currently expanding to the UK and looking to expand in the United States probably later next year. They also talked about doing an IPO in Canada. So we're going to start seeing exchanges. And there was even talks of TechCrunch potentially doing an IPO. The CEO, Brian Armstrong, said at TechCrunch Disrupt, he said right now they're self-sustainable. Because they were one of the early exchanges making it easy for people to buy crypto. So they made a lot of money, I think near $1 billion, right? So right now there's no need, but eventually, because there's so many competitors now, they may eventually want to do an IPO. And guys, do you see where we're headed? Exchanges growing and becoming massive and doing IPOs. So this is going to be great for the crypto market because it will put the exchanges on another level, a new map, make these exchanges will be able to get more money to market themselves and provide better services, and then possibly with like how Robinhood offers zero fee, lower their fees as well, and this will all help with the mainstream adoption of crypto, guys. Some interesting news coming out of China. So as you guys know, China has banned cryptocurrency. Now, there's a lot of crypto mining that still happens in China, but what we're seeing, some news came out that people in China are still trading cryptocurrencies. And this is as a result of Tether and VPNs, virtual private networks. So let me give you guys some news here. Chinese traders are using virtual private networks as a major tool to circumvent the ongoing government crackdown on cryptocurrency trading, local media outlet South China Morning Post reported. According to the newspaper there, referencing reports from Beijing-affiliated Shanghai Securities Times, traders have begun leveraging stablecoin Tether as a means of entering and exiting the cryptocurrency markets. Combined with a VPN, two traders can use an exchange platforms notionally, I guess that should be nationally, registered outside China as an intermediary to swap cryptocurrency for fiat currency and vice versa. So this is very interesting that this is happening, right? It's almost like the government, they still can't stop it, even though they want to ban it. And that's a good sign because maybe they will see like, hey, look, we can't even stop this. Let's just unban it and regulate it. Imagine China getting involved in the cryptocurrency officially, where it's opened up to the country, guys. I think that would be huge. They would be another pillar, I believe, in the market as far as volume, because we already know South Korea, Japan, and so forth are big in the crypto market, and I can't wait for China to get on board, and I think they will eventually, because as we've talked about, countries try to outdo each other. They're competing with each other, and all of them are looking for ways to boost their economy and so forth. And even just yesterday, I reported on Uzbekistan and the countries in the Middle East, Iran, which are becoming more crypto friendly. And once one country sets the precedence and the bar high, we'll see others follow because they don't want to be left behind. So I think China will eventually open their doors to unbanning cryptocurrencies. But it's so interesting that this is still happening. People are still doing it regardless of the government banning it, and that is a good sign, guys. Now, last news here, Ripple. So we know xRapid is slated to go live by the end of this year. We've got the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and another employee I reported to you guys, I think it was last week, talking about xRapid will go live. We'll have a handful of banks using it, and next year dozens. They've been on the record saying this, right? And we know that xRapid is currently being piloted by multiple companies, and is set to go into production mode, right? Well, Ripple listed a job here specific to xRapid. So why am I sharing this with you? It shows that they are gearing up for that launch because they are building out their employees, specific for the engineers, I should say, for the xRapid protocol and service, right? You need talent, you need people to maintain your system and continue to develop and improve on things, and especially if you're going live and there's going to be a lot of customers using it, you don't want things breaking. This is just a natural process for companies, but it's more confirmation, guys, that this thing is real and it's going live. So let me just give you some details here. Ripple is looking for a senior software engineer to help build the next generation of payment applications that enable banks to instantly settle cross-border payments to create the Internet of Value. Ripple's distributed financial technology outperforms today's banking infrastructure by driving down costs, increasing processing speeds, and delivering end-to-end visibility into payments, timing, and delivery. So it says here what you'll do. So just some interesting things here, guys. Build enterprise distributed payment applications that execute settlement within seconds to enable the Internet of Value. Contribute to the development of the Interledger Protocol, a W3C protocol for sending cross-ledger payments. Integrate with the XRP ledger, a distributed ledger built on the principles of blockchain and its native currency XRP, the fastest and most scalable digital asset. So very cool stuff here. Obviously, if you're qualified, you guys can apply. I'm certainly not. I'm not a developer, but very interesting stuff. Let's see here. So in their statement of who we are, it's interesting that they explicitly talk about XRP here. Banks and payment providers can use the digital asset XRP to further reduce their costs and access new markets. With offices in San Francisco, New York, London, Sydney, Mumbai, Singapore, and Luxembourg, Ripple has more than 100 customers around the world. See, this thing is growing. They are expanding. They have their offices. They're building out their teams. This is what real and successful companies do, guys. And when this thing goes live with the banks and the volume starts showing up, and we know that There are specific exchange partners who will be providing liquidity to xRapid, Bitso, Coins.ph, and Bittrex. We're going to start to see significant volume. So keep holding on to your XRP, guys, and a lot of great stuff happening here. So like I said, not too many news items to share. But what do you guys think about this news? The market showing some slight, upward trends here in the 24-hour perspective. Coinbase doubles its employees to 500. Robinhood looking to do an IPO, and people are trading in China despite the crypto ban. And Ripple looking to hire a senior software engineer specific to Java for xRapid. So leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. And I'll talk to you guys later.